Well, hey, hello there, Cowboys Nation. Hello, Cowboy fans. It's Cowboy Legends for Life coming at you with a new video. The schedule's out, and I like to make my predictions, okay? But I want to say this first. Last year, my predictions was 12-4, 13-3, and I'm not going to walk it back, because I hear a lot of people talking, and they're good people and everything, but they've been walking back their predictions, a bit because of what happened last season. But look, I put it to you this way: my prediction, 12-4. Let's stay with that. Was predicated on the fact that the front line was going to stay healthy. Zeke would be on the field because I knew they were coming after him for a suspension. They were going to try to keep him on the field. So I know that's a little bit worried. Everybody's thinking about that. Is he going to be there? Is he not going to be there? How the game plan was going to be once we got there and all that stuff. Even if Zeke was there, so you never knew when he was going to be suspended. Remember that. That was a bad feeling the entire season. If he was suspended and the court stopped it and he was not suspended, and that was stressful for a fan, let alone the doggone player. Think about what they went through, okay? Knowing that they were pushed to win, pushed to play well. So anyway, my prediction for 12-4 last year was predicated on that, plus a healthy defense staying strong and playing better than they did the previous season when they were like the so-called bend it but don't break defense. No, they broke, okay? And they got rid of all those breakable parts, and that was a good thing because I knew they were going to improve as the season went along. Right now, I was angry early in the first half because they blew some games we easily should have won. Well, my prediction's out for this coming season, and it's the same. I'm gonna make it easy on myself. 12-4. You know why? Because I'm predicated on the fact that they're gonna have a healthier front line. They're gonna have Zeke on the field for 16 games this time, healthy. They're going to have Randy Gregory coming back, weed-free. We're going to have Lawrence coming back, and they're going to have Irving back full season. He was suspended 4 games. What difference could that make if he was in one of those games that they lost early on? Think about that. And also, we're going to have possibly Earl Thomas. I hope they get Earl Thomas, okay? Now, also, I know we lost Dez as a threat, basically a threat, but if Rico Gathers come back, okay? And if he's showing some signs of that he's normal again, and he shows the abilities that he showed in the preseason, I think that it can be a pretty strong receiving core again. Okay, because we need somebody to open up that front line, open up the field for us, and take the pressure off the front line. This is why I wanted to draft the wide receiver. Okay, because the wide receiver takes pressure not only from just the running back, but the front line as well. But that's okay. We'll see what happens because if they do get Earl Thomas, go for a wide receiver. If they don't have Earl Thomas, then I would consider going for an offensive lineman who's going to strengthen up that left side for Dak Prescott. Come on. But anyway, the first game of the season is going to be with the Carolina Panthers. That's great. That's going to be a good game. I think it's going to be an away game. That's on a Sunday. And I predict the Cowboys will win that one. Yeah, I do. It's going to be a hard-fought one. Cam's going to be on his top of the game because he's going up against the Cowboys and Dak Prescott. So he's going to try to impress with his game. And so they're going to have to put some pressure. That front four is going to have to put some real pressure on Cam, okay, and make him run out of that pocket, He's not as accurate coming out of that pocket as he is in the pocket when they talk about Cam. So they can get him. So that's a win. That's a win. And then you got also the Giants coming up. Okay, let's just bypass them because Cowboys are going to beat them. Everybody's talking about Dez may go to the Giants, and they're going to have ODB there. Okay, Odell Beckham, you're going to have Saquon Barkley as their running back. And I don't know if they're going to get him. I think the Browns are going to trip them up. They're going to say, okay, we had enough of this quarterback shit. We went, I don't know how many years straight get the quarterback, and we didn't do it too damn good. And I think the last good quarterback they ever had was Brian Sipe. That was the last good quarterback the damn Browns ever had. And I think they're going to go for Saquon Barkley and try to use him as a scheme to get one of those damn quarterbacks they did draft to try to work well with the offense. That's what I think is going to happen. So the Giants are going to be left trying to get a quarterback. Okay, fine. So if that happens, count the Giants out. Really, even if they have Des Bryant, because their defense is not going to be fixed. Their defense is fucked. Okay, people talk. Their defense is gone. Their defense is not going to be well. You got J.J. Peace gone. You got several others that already lost their contract and was gone. One of them was, I forgot who was it, Apple? I think one of them was cut. I think it was Apple. Anyway, they're not going to be the same. They're not going to be the same strong defense they were the last several years ago. Hell, when their defense was strong, they still went 5 straight years of losing seasons. 4 straight years. So what's the big deal? So they had a defense, so they couldn't stop losing. So I'm not worried about them either. Anyway, and they keep thinking Eli's going to just be the savior again. Look at that. They won the Super Bowl. They were 9-7. Okay, come on. Okay, you won it. Okay, that's what all it takes. It takes just somebody getting hot and playing well. But the defense is the one who won that Super Bowl for them. Okay, and Eli's he's a turnover machine. I expect him. He's going to play some more. He's going to turn the ball over some more. That's all. So the Cowboys, that's 2-0. The Lions coming to town. You know, that's kind of a jumpy, iffy. You know how they be a little bit streaky. You know, Matthew Stafford's a pretty good quarterback. But they got a shitty front line. A shitty front line. They still don't have a good running back. So that's 3-0. And that's not much I could say about that, okay? What I need to say. Think about that. It's just more the same. They still haven't drafted a good running back or developed a good running back. It's not always in the draft, folks. And I think if you take entirely into 90% or more, it's 90% into the coaching. You know, and the will and the ability of the athlete itself. That's why you get 6th-round draft picks who could win 5 Super Bowls, okay, quarterbacking. Or 4th-round draft pick who could come in and take over a team that's been lame duck and turn them into a 13-3 season. All right? Anyway, that's what it is. So first rounds don't always work out. I'm going to tell you that. I'm going to tell you right now. Think about it. If you took all the first-round draft picks being picked by all the teams in the NFL, the majority of them are losers. Okay? So I don't know when they hear this crap, this first-round crap, but you got to get a first round, this and that. Losers, man. Some of the best athletes were later rounds or walk-ons. Tony Romo, your favorite was a walk-on. Tony Romo, he wasn't really drafted. So, hey, that's all you think about. Some of the greatest Cowboy defensive players were later rounds. I'll tell you what, Thomas Henderson, I don't know if I mentioned this before, but Thomas Henderson was a first-round draft pick. And on the same team, D.D. Lewis was a 6th-round draft pick. Who was a better player? I know he had all the talent in the world, Thomas was, but he was a crack up. He was a knucklehead who played himself off the team with his problems. Des Bryant's the same way. So anyway, that's gone. So they got the Texans. Texans are still injured, and you don't know how their quarterback is going to play coming off that injury. You know what I'm saying? So don't trust that. He's got to run around as much as he did when he did before he got hurt last season. So when you're coming off an injury like that, think about Derek Carr. Derek Carr came off that broken leg. How did Derek Carr play? And they gave him a Pro Bowl nod over Dak Prescott. They had the same exact stats, except for one thing. Dak was 9-7, and Carr was 6-10. Okay, I guess he was scared to give him Dak any type of acknowledgement. Everybody was going to go crazy. They just can't stand the Cowboys. That's all right. I don't care. I've been dealing with that since the 60s. Anyway, we have Texans. They're going to beat them. That's going to be 4-0. Then you got the Jaguars. Okay, I think the new rise of their quarterback, Blake Bortles, and the Jaguars are new sheriffs in town, bro. I think they're the second coming. I think they're the new team coming up in the AFC. And as the Panthers, the Patriots fall, I think the Jaguars are coming up in that regard. Not as much as like the Patriots are, but they're there. They're risen. So that might be that first loss. So I would take that. So we're 4-1, and then the Redskins 5-1. Then the Titans come. The Titans are here, so I don't know. I think they just cut Murray, and I don't know how their running back core is going to be. They got a good quarterback. I like him. He was injured last year for a while, but they got a good core. They really do. So I know that's going to be a tough game. So that's a toss-up. I'm going to leave that alone right now. So it's still to 5-1. Eagles. Probably on the Sunday. It's going to be November 11th. Yeah, November 11th. That's the 10th game because the Cowboys got a bye on the 8th. Okay, and that's the Eagles. And 10th week rather. And the Eagles are well, they just may have what's his name back. Carson Wentz, and so Carson Wentz. This is the same thing with the Texans quarterback. Same thing with Derek Carr. Anyone's coming back from an injury that's been really maligned them. And he had 2 tears on that same leg. That was Carson Wentz. Okay, so if they rush him back, they could end his career, and if they play him the wrong way. So, and then you got what's his name, Saint Nick Foles. You know, who delivered a Christmas gift to them. You know, you think they can do it again? Yeah. So I think the Cowboys will probably win that one. So it's 6-1. Yeah. Falcons, revenge time, 7-1. I mean, I think that's going to be the redeem game for Jason Garrett. I mean, he showed how inept he was as a coach right there. I saw right through him right there myself how inept he really was. Okay, and all the people calling for his head, I start to see it right then and there. People calling for his head before that. I see the reason why they called us for his head that game last season. That was the most embarrassing, most disgusting, most bullshit game plan I ever seen a Cowboy coach ever do. The entire time I've been a Cowboys fan, and we had several of them. Gailey, we had Campo. Campo wasn't a bad guy. He was a great defensive coordinator. He was a great defensive coach, but they weren't good head coaches. Okay, and Wade was a good head coach. And I'll tell you this, Garrett, with that game right there, solidified himself as being a shitty head coach. That was just embarrassing. There's no way in the world. There's no way. I mean, put a tight end out there who was on the sideline who could have came in. Somebody with some fast feet. Anyway, that's revenge time. That's going to be 8-1 because they got to beat the Falcons for what they did last year. That's unacceptable. Unacceptable. 9 sacks, really? Okay. Redskins time. Redskins back for that after their Falcons game. That's Thanksgiving. 9-1. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry, 10-1. Yep. Yeah, 10-1. Yeah, I got nothing to explain about the Redskins. They just, what does it Mark Holmes would say? Dumpster fire? Well, they're still on fire, okay? I don't got to say anything about they're still on fire. They suck. And you got Jackson. I think Jackson's not there anymore. I think he's retired or something because he's been with them. I don't know where exactly he's going or where he went. But they can't keep receivers. They can't keep a quarterback. And they got who's their quarterback? Really? Smith? Never mind. 10-1. And you got the Saints. Breeze and that kid, Kamara. I think that's the second loss, everybody. That's the second loss. Now, if the Eagles are smart, the one coming up after the Saints, that's December 9th. If they're smart and they kept Wentz out of the game, out of the season until then, and the Wentz came back to play in the proper time instead of just trying to rush him and he got plays, or if he's healthy, that might be a tough fought game because both of them at that point in time may be fighting for first place, you know. So, but I say, you know what? That's a loss. I say the Cats lost. That's 3 losses now. The Cowboys. I'll give them that loss, that win. Eagles will probably win that game because if they bring back Wentz early, and he's okay in terms of his leg and starts to play well in spite of it, and if he gets himself into football shape, he could be ready for the Cowboys in that time. But the first game, the Cowboys are going to win. They're going to win that one. They may lose the one in December, but they're going to win the first game. And so Colts, please, Colts. I mean, what's that? I forgot. Luck, Andrew Luck, Andrew No Luck, Andrew No Luck playing. I don't even think he's gonna play. It's gonna be more of the same. Even if like Andrew No Luck is playing, all right. I mean, he's not gonna be very effective. I don't think he's a class quarterback. He had a great year, a couple of years of what it was, and he got injured, and he's never been the same ever since. I don't think he's coming back like that anymore. I think there's something wrong. They're not telling us. I think he's going to retire this coming season. After this coming season after it's done, I think he's going to retire because he may get injured again, and he's out, and they're going to be finished with him. I think he's going to be finished with himself. So, Cowboys will win that one. But the Buccaneers, I don't trust that one. That's a loss, I think. Because Winston's pretty good. And the Buccaneers, even though they lost a number of games last year, all those games were tough losses. Most of those games were tough losses with the Buccaneers. So I don't trust them. They got a decent defense. And they got a headstrong quarterback, okay, who really loves his team, okay? And they got some decent receivers and all. And so we'll see. They got a decent running back, too. So we'll see. And the Giants, well, that's just Eli, isn't it? There you go, 12-4. Thank you all. Cowboys go 12-4. I believe it. If they stay healthy, if their draft picks from last year who panned out in the second half of the season, turn it up even a little bit more. If Jalen Smith is really recovered and he's putting his focus on the middle linebacking core, or right there with alongside with Lee, and if Lee stays healthy, please Lord, may he stay healthy, and if he play the way he always did, that's a lockdown. And you got Frazier, and you got Woozier, and you got all those young ones coming out there. You got Byron Jones playing on the corner now. And you got the Aaron Brown, Anthony Brown. He was put on the bench, but he's going to try to play a role. But, I mean, he overplayed himself last year. He just simply overplayed himself with a lot of fear. You can see it in his eyes. We've seen his play. He had a lot of fear in him. And so we don't need that. We don't need cowards, bro. We need strength people. That's why Claiborne is gone. Okay, and that's why Scandrick is now gone. He should have been gone with Claiborne that same year. Because they play with fear. I don't like that. Okay, so when you sit there giving 15, 20, 10-yard cushions to a receiver, you're a bitch. Simple as that. You shouldn't be even out there. I mean, I've been spoiled. We've been spoiled with Sanders, okay? Because nobody played like him. Nobody played like Everson Walls. Remember Everson Walls? Like that. I remember all those players back then. Okay, Harris and Charlie Waters. They didn't play with guts. They played with a lot of guts. They didn't play with cowardice. They stayed with their man. When they played man to man, they played man to man. They covered. Okay, we don't need no keep him from front. He gets the ball, then I'll stop him. That's the bitch. Okay, in football terms, that is an absolute bitch. And we don't need that anymore. That's why the whole second core from 2016 is gone. Anyway, so that's my prediction. I'm happy about the schedule. Looks good. I like the way it looks. So I think that Simon is right. It does look good. So I like the way it looks. And 12-4 is my prediction. If I don't like it, tell me. If you do like it, agree, tell me. Listen, I want you to comment and subscribe to my channel as you see it, and then tell me what you think about the schedule. I'd like to know. Thank you.